What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, everybody, check it out, man. So you may or may not know, but Cinemacon is going down right now out there in Vegas. A couple of folks in our space are chilling out there at Cinemacon. Robert Meyer Burnett is out there. Alan Ing and Chris Gore from Film Threat are out there. Basically, what Cinemacon is a meeting of the exhibitors, which are the theater owners, and then the studios. You know, and the studios put on displays and presentations saying, hey, here's all the information that we're going to have for you in regards to our upcoming slate. So check it out. You know, this is what you get to look forward to coming to theaters near you. You know, basically, that's what the studios are doing. They're putting this on for the exhibitors. But another thing that they're also discussing right now are some of the big mistakes that the studios and the exhibitors are making. This headline from Deadline kind of covers that. And it's interesting because some of the mistakes that they've said are the same things that we've said for years. Like, you're getting the release dates all wrong for a lot of your movies, you know, piling up a bunch of movies together that have similar themes when you should be spreading them out. Yeah, then you're not about originality, and when you are, you're messing it up. Like, the original films just don't come out anymore, and when you do an original film, you botch it, you bungle it, and so you really kind of disincentivize people from wanting to get original movies. Hey, just give me something that's tried and true. Yeah, this one especially, it's way too expensive to go to the movies, and the juice just ain't worth the squeeze. Like, you taking money out my pockets, and none of this is worth it, you know? And we've been saying, like, yo, drop the prices. Bring it up under $10, you know, for a general, you know, ticket. And then, you know, more people will come. Yeah, you'll still have your expensive, you know, concessions and everything. Like, we ran it through on the DA's office one night. And we were calculating, all right, how much is it for three bros to go to the movies and chill? And it was like $100 for three friends to go to a movie, just a regular run-of-the-mill theater, not an IMAX or anything. And everybody got a popcorn and a drink, $100. It was like, wait, why don't we just take that same $100, all right, go to the crib. I got a great big surround sound. We can invite everybody over, you know, and we can watch the latest movie that just dropped out of theaters, you know, less than like a month ago. And see, that brings you to the main problem. Yeah, it's this damn theatrical window, man. The theatrical window is the biggest problem they got. The ticket prices are second to that. They're both combining to destroy movie theaters all across the board. Movie theaters are being destroyed, number one, by the theatrical window, number two, by the ticket prices. You know, whatever's in theaters, the movies, that's kind of down the road. I'm not saying that isn't important as well. The movies you go to watch are as important. But even if you have like a really solid, good movie, it's like, number one, if it's in theaters less than a month, I'm just going to wait for it to come out on streaming. I'm going to wait for the VOD. I'm not going to the theaters to watch this movie if I know for sure it's going to be out in 30 days, especially if nobody goes to watch it, right? If nobody goes to watch it, they push it to VOD even faster. So again, that's incentivizing me not to go. I'm like, I don't want to go. I actually wanted to get to VOD so I can watch it at home. So let me not go and help the box office out at all right? That's going to incentivize me to stay home. And they don't seem to understand that. But see, now it seems like they're starting to figure some things out. The AMC CEO says 3 of the 6 major studios agree a 45-day window is needed. Yeah, it's probably like a 60-day window. 45 days, that's like 6 weeks, which is okay. All right, you know, almost 7 weeks. But you really need like 60 days. You know, you need a full 2 more weeks. You need like 2 months, 2 solid months in theaters, you know, and that's the minimum. That's the bare minimum that it should stay in theaters and not be available for VOD. It probably could go even longer. It could also stretch to 90 days. 90 days minimum would be ideal. You know, but they're going to try to split the baby and say, hey, 45-day window. And look, that's okay and everything, but let me explain something. Movies have to start thinking, what is special about a movie in this day and age? With this day and age where you have television, all right, you got video games, you got anime, all right, you got TikTok, you got YouTube. You're competing with a lot of different things. And that's just for the stuff that you could do at home or on your phone. Also consider like going out and just hanging out, other places you can spend your entertainment dollar, other venues you can go to. Movies are competing with all of those options. On top of the fact that when you push it out of theaters, you're taking away the exclusivity of movies. That's one of the things that I don't think they've thought of, or if they did, they didn't think very long about it. But sit back and think, like, what essentially makes a movie different from watching a TV show? You know, back in the day, it used to be the budget. You know, like films had a big budget, TV shows have a smaller budget, you know, and you can literally see the budget on the screen. But now, like in today's day and age, it's like, yeah, some of these TV shows have budgets just as big, if not bigger than some movies, But then the other thing was the big stars. You sometimes back in the day, you could only see the big movie stars on the big screen. You couldn't see them at home. If you saw a movie star pop up on a television show, it was a special guest star. It was like, holy smokes, what? This guy's on the show? Holy crap, I don't believe it. It was a big deal. Why? Because movie stars rarely showed up on a television show. Now movie stars are the stars of the TV show, so you don't even need to go to the movies and sit in the theater to see some of these major stars. I think Tom Cruise and, like guys like Leonardo DiCaprio, those are like the last of the Mohicans. Hey, you can only watch us in theaters and that's it. Or in a movie. We're not going to be like the regular person on a television show, And then that was the other thing. But you also had these big special effects. Like that was the other thing that set movies apart. All of that stuff is now on regular television. You can watch big budgets, big special effects, big stars, and you can watch it on Netflix for like $19.99 a month. The same price that you're paying to go into a movie theater. So the absolute last thing that these guys had as a feather in their cap for new release movies was, hey, you can only see it in theaters. You got this big movie, hey, you can only see it in theaters. The big stars, you can get them at home. The big blockbuster special effects, you can get it at home. Big budget, you can get it at home. But you gotta see, if this one movie, it's special, you can only see it in theaters. And guess what? Once it drops in theaters, it's going to be a minute before it gets home. So, hey, man, you want to see it? You got to see it right now. And now they've taken that away. All right, they've taken everything away. And what they've done is they've turned movie theaters into television with extra steps. They have taken away everything that made movies different from television. It's like I had to go to a movie theater. I had to leave my house. I had to go and buy a ticket and sit in the theater, and I could only see it in that theater. Now, just give it some time, all right? I'll be watching this bad boy at home in about 30 days. So now, going to the movie theaters, it's just like going to watch a television show, except, now I got to leave the house. Ah, shit. I could watch all of this stuff at home. Well, but this is special. You won't be able to see this particular movie and this particular story. You won't be able to see it at home, for a few months now. But now, if you like fast forwarding this thing to home video in less than 30 days, like, what's the point? Like I said, TV with extra steps. That's all it is. And I got to pay more money. And yeah, I get it on a big screen and everything, but I got a fly ass sound system in my crib. I got a giant big screen TV. I'll be just fine, man. Yeah, I can wait a month. I can wait a month for this. And so now basically what you're doing is you have cheapened your product all the way down to the bottom line. You have absolutely cheapened your entire product. Film is cheap. It's no different than television, except now it's more expensive. So you got to start thinking, okay, how do we make this more exclusive, more of an experience? You got to leave it in theaters for longer than a few days. Like this article kind of goes into it, and it's kind of ridiculous how short these windows were. Where is it at? Yeah, he says for every studio except Disney, the window is 18 to 36 days. That's ridiculous. 18 to 36 days is absolutely ridiculous. Disney is 60 days. And like I said, 60 days, that's better, obviously, but that's a stretch. Like, you got to leave this thing in theaters for at least 90 days. 3 months, in my opinion, is the sweet spot. You leave it in theaters for 3 months, and everybody's going to be like, all right, man, like if a movie drops right now in April and I'm dying to watch it, all right, can I wait till July? Can I wait till the middle of summer? Oh, man, that's a long time to wait. And a lot of people going to be talking about it and everything. You know what? Nah, I'm good. Let me go ahead and pay that ticket. I'll go and watch it in theaters. You see, 90 days is an incentive to get your butt out of the house and go watch something. 60 days? Look, I can do 60 days, man. I could definitely do this 36 or 18 to 36 days. This ain't shit. I could do this standing on my head. But 60 days, like, yeah, this is tough. And see, at 45 days is barely better than the 13 to 36. So, yeah, you got to get this thing fixed, guys. This is the issue, okay? This is the number one issue. These release windows, this ain't cutting the mustard, man. They got to figure it out. I think ultimately what's going to end up happening is they're going to get to that 90-day mark, but they're going to have to fight some folks off before they get there. Yeah, he had said he wouldn't say which 3 are on board and which ones needed convincing, all right? But he said he's talking about the legacy studios because guess what? Amazon, MGM Studios, and Apple Studios, they ain't tripping. They good. They all the way good. Like, oh yeah, we're actually trying to upset the apple cart. Amazon and Apple and Netflix too. They're trying to upset the apple cart. They want to destroy theaters. They want everybody watching everything on their platforms at Amazon Prime, Apple TV, and Netflix. So yeah, y'all just ixnay them out of the business. You know, he's talking about 6 major studios, you know, so that's Disney, that's Universal, Paramount, Warner Brothers, Sony. I don't know who the 6th one is. I've been trying to think about who this 6th studio is. If you know, leave it in the comments. But yeah, these guys are the ones that they need to convince. We got to get to 90 days at the very least. 90 days is the minimum. That's the minimum. Some of them probably can go 120 days. You know, 150 days. Some of them can go even longer. Make it a full 180, 6 months. Some of them can go to that level. But I feel like 90 days is the bare minimum. If that thing has been in theaters for 90 days and, you know, the box office is like, all right, man, this thing only making like $1,000 on a weekend. All right, go ahead and pull the plug. Let it go to VOD and let it, you know, start making some bread again. But I think what's happening is a lot of these guys, they're afraid, these studios, because once something sits in theaters for a few weeks and they start to see the box office kind of dwindling, then first thing they want to do is say, well, if we rush it to VOD, we can still kind of capitalize off of some of that marketing bread that we spent when we were announcing, oh yeah, you know, this movie is out, the trailers and everything are still kind of fresh on everybody's minds. So if suddenly you come out and say, boom, this thing is in, you know, on, you know, Amazon Prime, you can buy it on VOD for $19.99. Now, okay, yeah, I still kind of remember that movie. It's still kind of new and recent. Okay, they're trying to take advantage of that marketing bread that they already spent. But like I said, they are literally cooking their own goose, and they're turning movies into television. That's it. You're just turning movies into television. You're cheapening the product. People can stay at home and watch television and get all of the stuff that I named earlier. The only thing left that movies have is exclusivity in theaters. You can't see it. You got to go to this theater for this stretch of time. And that's the only thing they got working in their favor. So the more that they cut these theatrical windows, the more they cook their own goose. All right. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation. I think this is going to get fixed, but it's going to take some time, maybe another year before they finally get around and saying, look, we got to do 90 days. Because I think even 45 days, I can do that standing on my head. So 45 days is nothing. 7 weeks, I can wait 7 weeks. That's easy. That's easy talk, all right? Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. And thanks for watching. See you next time.